fiddlesticks. In this video we are dealing with the aftermath of Storm Arwen. Actually blew the rear wing off Ellie the 2CV. Oh, Storm Arwen has claimed a victim. Ellie has lost her rear wing. That's not good. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Came down the unit and yeah, that wing was missing. It had been entirely ripped off. We can see what's happened. The mounting points, it's a glass fibre wing, aftermarket replacement. The holes have just ripped through, and it's the same down this leading edge. It really has just ripped them all off. In fact, if I show you, we don't need that anymore. That is now scrap, and not even good scrap, because you can't even get anything for it because it's plastic. You can see remnants have been left on here. Yeah, we need to, I'm going to do some more waxing, because I'm pretty sure on all these edges, yeah, there we go, this U-Pole Raptor coating is just cracking up, and that's not good news at all. Seems to be several places. It even looks like it might have chipped through here. So I'm just going to try and wax everything as much as possible. This bump mount has fallen out as well. They sometimes do that, so that needs dealing with. But yeah, look at the state of this. This is the problem with that U-Pole Raptor. It's really good on a flat surface. That is nicely protected. But any sharp edges like this, it just doesn't seem to adhere very well. And then worse, it's allowing moisture in behind it. So it can just wreak absolute havoc. So I'm going to go back to waxing. We'll just wax the absolute bejesus out of it. Might put some rust converter on first, but otherwise wax ahoy. So I think I'm going to start by doing that. Right, let's go wire brush. I'm also going to do this bolt for the seat belt, because that's a good source of rot right there. I think U-Pole Raptor might be one of my regrets on this car, because it is just proving an absolute pain. I'm going to wind out these bolts here, these little 8mm headed 5mm bolts. I'll get those out of the way, and I'll clean up this leading edge as well. It's a good recipe for getting wax all over myself. But if you're wondering what Storm Arwen was, it's the first winter storm of the season. The weather today is pretty horrendous. It's a real struggle to keep your spirits up when it's quite so crappy. But there we go. Yeah, all the paint's just flaking off all around here. In fact, I can see bubbling all down this leading edge. So yeah, 5 years on from the rebuild, Ellie is yeah, disintegrating again. It's a constant battle. I won't be using U-Pole Raptor again, that's for sure. But you know, what to use is the endless battle. Arwen was quite the storm. We had winds of over 80 miles an hour recorded just up the coast, not very far from here, at Aberporth. And yeah, lots of damage, lots of trees down. We were very fortunate we didn't lose power or anything, so that was good. As I speak, this storm was like a few days ago. There are still people in the north of England where it got very bad. There was a red alert for awful weather, wind particularly, and yeah, there's still thousands of people without power. So we were very, very lucky, really. The kids were laughing when I said we need to prepare for the possibility of a power cut. Going, no, I don't think that'll happen. But, you know, it can so easily happen. And we're so reliant on electricity these days. You know, once it's gone, we're in trouble. You know, most people's heating systems don't work without electricity. So you end up being very cold and very, very bored. Plus, you know, all your food goes off because the freezer's no longer working. Right, there's a piece of rubber that just goes, or plastic rather, just goes down this leading edge, meant to protect it. But this, I can see this just turning into one of those jobs, but I haven't got time to deal with this properly. I'm just going to file it away under, oh my god, my car's dissolving again. Kind of bet on every 15 years completely rebuilding the body, but will she even last 15? We'll see. Oh gosh. Yeah, paint's just falling off on the back. Oh gosh. Oh, it's far worse than I thought. Yeah, this entire sill, look at that. Paint is just flaking off. And it's rusty underneath. So I'm going to have to get more serious with that, unfortunately. The joys. I've got this bit of trim up here as well, but I think that's still held in by the 10mm bolts that are in there. So I need to open the boot to access those. It's great. I'm already struggling for mood, as you can probably tell. The Daihatsu is still sat here. We've only had one sort of just over an hour long tinkering session on it. There's just so much going on. And not enough time for getting the cars sorted. This is the downside of using classic cars all year round, is they just fall apart. Yeah, let's see what horrors this gets off. The wire brush wasn't really cutting it. Now, I'm not sure this has really got the torque. A really sharp edge on the sill there. That's not ideal. Yeah, I think the battery might be a bit undercharged on this, but I can see it all bulging up here as well. Right, got a bit more charge in this thing. I'm going to buy a corded drill, I think, because batteries are a nightmare. Yeah, that's a horribly sharp edge there. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, you can't even see this. We're up here now. Oh, I'm getting paint all over the camera. Great. And I've just noticed bubbling there, and sod it, I'm going in. Clear the paint off the lens. There we go. Yeah, sure enough, there is very localized, but very definitely there, rust. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have done a more thorough job of rust protecting this, but I kind of had to let the U-Pole Raptor do its thing. There's no point getting your car covered in U-Pole Raptor and then covering it in wax, because you're not proving whether the U-Pole Raptor has worked or not. But I'm increasingly of the opinion that U-Pole Raptor just doesn't work in this environment. U-Pole Raptor is a pickup bed liner, and U-Pole Raptor may not be very pleased, but because they provided this for free. But nonetheless, integrity is important. I'm not going to say something's good if it's evidently proving not to be. There you go. I think I've done a pretty rubbish job of filming that, but not as bad as the other side. Remember the other side? We had all manner of issue with rot around here, had to get the window out, lots of bubbling down here. We're not seeing that to the same degree, but yeah, there's still a few issues I'm going to have to deal with. I might get some stone chip on some of these areas, because they're obviously fairly high impact. And then we can sort out paint. Well, this is starting to escalate out of control now. The back end of this sill is completely rotten. Completely rotten. It's just full of crispy cornflakes. The U-Pole Raptor is all cracked off on the back. It's still coming off in chips. So that has spectacularly not worked. Oh, God. So this is becoming an issue. I mean, I could literally rip the sill off with my hand. That's not ideal, I would say. Ah, God. What the hell do I do now? Look at that. That's just, there's no strength in that at all. Fiddlesticks. I guess I'll be ending that one there then, because I'm going to have to try and work out what on earth I do. But that is worryingly rotten, and I really should have taken that bit of trim off properly, but hey, that's now bent as well. I do despair sometimes. It's just so hard to stop cars rotting in this environment when you use them all the time, and I love using this car all year round, but Am I now asking too much, or am I just using the wrong products to try and protect it? That's hugely disappointing on what's already a disappointing day. So yeah, I welcome your thoughts, but it looks like Ellie's going to need major surgery again. So that's great, and I'm just looking at the paint cracking here on the bonnet as well. Marvellous. Oh Ellie, it is so hard to keep you in dailyable condition, especially when the conditions is just horrendous. Ugh. Oh well, not sure what I'm going to do now. I can tell you it's definitely going to push this one further back down the queue. Foxhound is going to have to wait. Ellie is, well, she was one of the daily drivers. Now my daily driver, the only car I have access to at the moment, GSA is still away being welded, and there's a car I definitely don't want to be using through the winter really. The Fairmont this morning lost drive again, so it started doing that again. So that's the only car I've got access to that actually works. So that's less than ideal, I would say. It's all gone a bit rubbish, even by Hubnut standards. The pink Fiat is still here, but if you want that pink Fiat, I'm not asking very much for it. I do need it gone. It's just beyond a joke now. I'm only coming out briefly because it's pouring down with rain, but that car is available, cheap. If you want to buy it, drop me an email, ian@hubnut.org. The Fiat needs to be gone. I need to replace it with something sensible. I just need a sensible daily driver to get through the winter, because everything is going wrong at the moment and it's rubbish. So that's it. You can head to the store and buy merchandise should you wish, although I've just been told by a supplier that hoodies are now an issue. Apparently they're struggling for hoodie stock. I'm not too sure what we're going to do there. But t-shirts, we've got loads of t-shirts, beanie hats, they're nice and warm, mugs, stickers, you name it. We should have Powerless's more mugs back in stock in the slightly larger size. They should be arriving today, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to go home and pack merchandise because this sucks. So sorry it's not more upbeat, and I'll see you in another video. Pachoo!